control over Link, they would usually start it as soon as they skip that first cutscene, which should be around a minute in. So let me explain first. These guys are going to be playing on Wii U. For some ungodly reason, the Wii U actually loads quicker than the Switch. So Wii U is the optimal system here. They're also going to be playing in French. French is the fastest option here for text. I think Song actually plays on German voice acting. MrPop plays on French. French is a little bit more optimal, but I think Song just likes German more, and it almost doesn't lose anything in terms of time. Now, there has been some pretty massive discoveries at the end of last year, and these guys will be using the newest version of this route, which uses all of these discoveries to actually, get to Hyrule as fast as possible. But they will be starting off at the Great Plateau, which is basically a tutorial section that you cannot skip. So they are gonna have to get through all of the initial shrines and then get the paraglider. That paraglider will basically disable the death trigger around Plateau, and they can make their way to Hyrule Castle. But first of all, they are going to be getting the Sheikah Slate here. And the Sheikah Slate is actually going to be pretty detrimental for the start right here, because after they obtain the Sheikah Slate, they will be going into the zoom, into the scope feature real quick to initially, the first time you go into the scope, there's like a little animation showing Link pulling out the Sheikah Slate. But afterwards, they're actually going to be positioning in a specific corner to be able to clip through that first wall, like literally the first room, using that Sheikah Slate. Kind of positioning right here. They use like a specific positioning setup here. Song gets the clip pretty quickly. Pop actually missed that initial clip, but this is a long run. Now Song is going to be making his way out of the Shrine of Resurrection. MrPop just clipped behind him. Gonna have to climb up here. It's pretty cold. This speedrun revolves a lot around actually moving quick to these cold sections, because you do not want to lose your hearts, obviously. Now you see Song actually go. He sprints, and whenever his stamina gets low, he actually starts whistling. This is what we call whistle sprinting. When you whistle while you mash B, you can actually basically sprint indefinitely without losing stamina. That's a little bit slower than normal sprinting though, so you see them switch between sprint and whistle sprinting. Now they picked up this shield right there, and this shield is actually one, if not the most important item these guys pick up in the entire speedrun. We use the shield for pretty much all of these big discoveries. Pretty much every single one of these big discoveries kind of revolves around that shield, and people have been saying that might be because shield surfing as a mechanic got added pretty late into the game's life cycle, programming cycle, so there's a bunch of glitches revolving around the shield. This text where Zelda is talking to Link here, you cannot skip, so they have to do that and basically let her talk to them. And now you see them kind of shield jumping over these snowy slopes, because obviously Link's snow movement is slow. They need to be quick here, because they are taking damage here from the cold. So they want to be quick. Now, Song is picking up bow and arrow here, 5 arrows. Oh, he might actually get hit by the Bokoblin there. That might be unlucky. Okay, very quick reaction. He was at a half heart right there. So if he actually didn't eat there, he would have died to the cold. I'm not sure if Pop will be avoided. Yeah, he avoids getting hit. So he's actually making up some time now in Song. Meaning it's going to be a little bit closer right here. Now, Song actually needed to eat an additional mushroom, so he doesn't have any food left if he has trouble clipping into the next shrine. And talking about this, yes, we are now clipping into shrines. This is incredibly hard to explain quick, but what they are essentially doing here, they are going to be shield surfing on a specific position on the shrine, which sets a skew. This is the game remembering Link's position as he surfed that shrine down, and both of them clipping first try, lining up their throw aim to be able to clip through the wall. These shrines are locked because they basically skipped the tower. Right? Tower was never activated, so they are clipping into shrines, and that's the first one. These clips, honestly, are very consistent once you figure out the correct setups, but it's pretty complicated how it actually works. Very nice thing though. Song obviously getting an earlier clip out of the Shrine of Resurrection, but getting hit by one of the Bokoblins of the camp. You'll see later why they need the arrow and the five arrows and the bow from that camp. It's just as important as the shield as an item. So once again, how this clipping actually works, you shield surf down on a slope. That sets the skew, that sets the angle for you to be able to clip. And then you shield jump, unequip the shield. Unequipping a shield will basically remember that game of that shield surfing, and that position, that tilt that Link has, is actually making him clip. Now, they will be jumping on the right side of this rock here, doing a shield jump, then unequipping the shield at the right time. That avoids the shield from taking damage. Obviously, this game, every item has some type of durability, and you want to preserve the durability as good as you can. There's a lot of, this is a very short run, and there's a lot of stuff to explain, so I'm literally talking non-stop, but I hope you guys can follow. This is just a lot of things, such as this one here specifically. You see them actually wait before they skip the cutscene. You want to wait pretty much about around the time the text of the monk that talks to you is actually disappearing. And if you do that, the load is actually quicker overall. They did it right here. Now, the old man is approaching here. You should have usually met him before, because the first time you usually meet him is after you activate the tower, but you never did that. He's still fine with that, so he basically just gives you the second dialogue. There's a specific order. You want to select the second one. You want to go like 2, 1, 1, 2 in terms of the like dialogue selection. That just happens to be the fastest text. And yeah, exactly. French is the fastest language in here. A little bit less text boxes to mesh through, less text to mesh through. And Wii U just loads faster than Switch for some reason that I don't understand, because the console is older, but that's just how it works. Now, they will be doing the first stasis launch right here. I don't like Pop's angle too much. The rock is relatively close to the wall, but he made it work, basically stasising that rock to kind of launch themselves up that wall. Now, this is going to be the first major trick called bullet time bounce. They will be setting this up right here. Let's watch this first and react before I actually explain what happens here. Okay, unfortunate. We see it at song screen though. Pop actually got a missed angle right there. He's gonna have to reset up that BTB, bullet time bounce, BTB short. Song got it optimally though. So what they're actually doing is they shield jump on the Bokoblin while they go into bullet time. And being in a bullet time state while you bounce in the Bokoblin set, this is a very precise setup that MrPop is doing here right now. You get this incredible momentum. This looks a lot better for MrPop, and he does get a good angle this time. You literally fly through the stage. It's definitely likely in a race like that one of them is going to be missing at least one more BTB, so this race is definitely far from over. There's actually 4 BTBs that we are going to be doing throughout this run, and that was the first one. The last one is probably the most hype one to watch. Both of them here with amazing clips, though. Once again, clipping into the shrine. For this shrine, and actually every shrine other than Stasis, you need to clip twice. At first, you need to clip through the initial shrine wall, and then secondly, you need to clip into the pedestal, because that's a little bit too high up. On Stasis, the pedestal is low enough for you to be able to crouch below and then uncrouch to enter the shrine. But here they need to clip twice. Making that work nicely though. Now, on the left side of the screen, Song is going to be going for a strat called Cryo Skip. You basically activate a cryo block, shield jump up, and then unequip the shield to prevent it from breaking more. Very nice, skipping a little bit of a portion of that shrine. That's actually pretty old strat, but still extremely tricky to perform. One of the older stuff. This speedrun is completely changed, but this obviously still is part of the run that saves just a tiny portion of that shrine. Should still save at least probably a little bit less than 10 seconds, but around 8, I'd say, maybe 7. Let's see if MrPop can do the same. As Song is already going to be setting up his next BTB, going to the next shrine. They literally just fly from shrine to shrine. MrPop is getting cryo skip just fine. And this one is one of my favorites. Now, there is a very weird occurrence that could happen here. It's unlikely that it happens in the race, but I will explain it if it happens. Song is doing his setup right now for the next BTB, next bullet time bounce. This looks like a good angle. Yeah, he gets nice horizontal speed, literally flying over the plateau right now. And he's actually looking to the right here. He is probably trying to cause something that we do currently not fully understand. And we'll see if he could get it. Would be awesome. Okay, he doesn't. Now, he actually did a fall damage cancel there at the very end. This is something I haven't actually explained yet. If you throw your weapon and then unequip it as you throw it, you will actually cancel Link's fall damage, and he needed to do that, otherwise he would have actually died. Now, he has to clip into the Magnesis Shrine. Before I explain that weird occurrence that can happen on the shrine, I'll wait, because maybe Pop can show it off. MrPop is getting a little bit of a lower angle that might not allow him to reach as much of a distance. But let's see how this shrine is looking like. I can't quite tell it. Okay, looks like it's low. So sometimes you can actually be at the shrine at a specific timing. It's not really about timing. It's mostly, we really don't understand, but sometimes the shrine is actually unloaded when you get there. So you actually don't have to clip. On certain bullet time bounces, when you get to the shrine, the door is just not loaded yet, so you can literally just walk into the shrine. Did not end up happening in this run. This is kind of a unfortunate thing though for runners, because you sometimes just get these 12 or like around 12 seconds of gifted time save when the Magnesis Shrine is actually unloaded. None of these runners were actually able to get one right now, but that's fine. They obviously know how to clip in there very well. They both got it really quickly. Song is going to be doing another shield jump in here. Actually didn't unequip his shield. I'm not sure if that was intentional. He should be fine. He needs to use his shield one more time for his last clip into the bomb shrine. But he definitely does need it right there. He can't let it break. If you don't have a shield, you cannot clip into shrines. And that basically kind of defeats the purpose of this route. So you definitely want to keep your shield healthy. I usually like to unequip my shield on that shield jump, but I trust Song. He definitely knows how much durability he has, probably. So he should be on track and know his shield health. Now, the next section is actually incredible. If Song is going to be able to perform this. Yes, I do run this game myself. I just learned it like through the last month. It looks crazy hard and a ton of setups, but if you take the time in learning it, it's amazingly rewarding because it feels just so great flying through the stage, which Song is going to be doing that here again. This is what we like to call Link's surfboard. Actually missing the full distance. I've never actually seen it that way. The surfboard kind of tilted and Song fell down at the very end. He is actually sliding down, and I'm not sure how much this matters for his next bullet time bounce. He wants to alert the bokoblins right here. And there's actually no arrows on this one. You want to bullet time bounce off this bokoblin. This is pretty random. He actually, oh no, the bokoblin actually hit his shield, which is quite unfortunate. He's going to try to set this up again. I say this is unfortunate. Oh, he's getting another arrow onto his shield here. I say this is unfortunate because his shield could actually break on the last clip. I hope he can avoid that. He's getting the BTB off right now. Not liking the angle too much. He's canceling that quite early. So Pop actually has a chance to catch up right here if he gets the optimal angle. And you'll see how broken bullet time bounces actually can be if MrPop is going to be able to get this one. And I like this angle. I like this angle a lot. He's getting a lot more horizontal speed on this one. And you can basically see him raise Song right now. Song is trying to walk up there, but Pop is just flying through the stage quite literally and is actually already going to be at the shrine, taking the lead just off of that BTB. Now MrPop is going to have to clip into this one. His shield should be in a good state. He's definitely free to just clip in here. Now you see Song might actually go for a little bit of a weird line here, moving towards that shrine. He's kind of hiding behind this wall. And that's because there are guardians around the shrine. And if you actually awaken these guardians, they have a little cutscene that plays. After they are done with the shrine, they're going to have bombs at their disposal. And with those bombs, they can throw them against the guardian, which skips that cutscene. It's about like a 7-second cutscene. If you throw that bomb onto the guardian, it will awaken without that cutscene playing. That's why he took that little detour. That's still faster. But yeah, Pop with a comfortable lead now. He's getting the BTB 2 bombs. It's actually the most annoying BTB, most annoying bullet time bounce, because these bokoblins can be really weird to deal with and a little bit random too. Bomb Shrine is actually one of the coolest and most technical shrines. You need to, especially here, if you want to get that early cycle, looks like Pop actually missed a very early cycle, but still gets nice movement across. Now, keep in mind that at the end of the speedrun, these guys are going to have to fight not only Ganon, but all 4 of the Blights that you fight usually in the Divine Beasts. And even though they are pretty good at this and have very specific setups for this, there's still, especially since there's some more RNG involved, I'll get into that later when they actually get to the cast, there is still a very, very real chance that something could go wrong and someone could end up taking a depth. So a race like this is not going to be over in Plateau. All right, good stuff by Pop and also by Song, both having a pretty solid bomb shrine. The old man is coming in one more time, basically telling them that they have to go to the Temple of Time to get the paraglider. And yeah, that's a good idea to the chat right here, but I am going to be able to probably tell you guys their PBs. I'm not sure if Pop recently PB'd. The last time I checked, he had a 31-31. Song himself actually has the record for Amiibo and has a 29-59. Used to have the record for no Amiibo. Current no Amiibo world record holder is Sketodara, Japanese runner, who actually got a 29-17. That's super close to the Amiibo time, and Amiibo do save a good chunk of time and also remove some RNG, so that time by Sketodara is absolutely insane. Now, you see MrPop actually approach a beetle right here. This is a bug they are going to need in Hyrule Castle to be able to cook an attack up potion. Now we saw Song actually also skip that Guardian cutscene by shooting him. And that beetle is not necessarily on that tree every time. We'll see if Song also gets lucky and is going to be able to get the beetle right there. At the same time, there's so much things happening at the same time. Pop here doing a neat little stasis launch using that tree to get up to the Temple of Time. This always looks amazing. Okay, yeah. Song also gets the beetle at the nice spot. That's great. Sometimes that beetle is at a different tree, and that obviously loses time. Shoutouts to Parrots Live here for the subscription. Supporting our Pace fundraiser stream. This is a good time to briefly talk about this, guys. We are doing this little fundraiser stream to gain a little bit of extra support for our runners and also commentators, just like me. If you want to support me, you know, you can donate and cheer today. Especially, all of those funds are going to go towards Pace, towards prize pools, towards runners actually being able to fly out there, and commentators. So would obviously be highly appreciated if you want to see more of that high quality commentary stuff. Now, MrPop is now setting up for the coolest bullet time bounce in the run. This is literally, in my opinion, the coolest thing that you could do in a speedrun, because you literally skip basically the game while flying above the entire map. Let's see if he gets this first try. I don't like this angle, and he doesn't either. So he's actually going to be reloading here. This is a chance for Song to catch up. This is literally the most awesome trick in a speedrun, in my opinion. It's awesome. Because right now we have the paragliders. The death zone of Plateau is disabled. We are free to go wherever we want. And we have only one goal. That goal being Ganon. Ooh, I'm not sure. Yeah, Pop actually gets a really nice angle here. And I think this should work. Let's see. Oh, I mean Song, but Pop also got an amazing angle. So both of them are very close right now, making their way towards Hyrule Castle. The speed you have here is crazy, because now you actually gain access to the paraglider, and that entire speed converts over. So they are quite literally flying over the entire map, making their way over to Hyrule Castle right now. Song with a little bit of a lead. There's some loads happening here. Actually, oh no, Song. Okay, I was about to say, there's actually... I'm a little bit scared, because there's actually a soft... a self-lock that can happen here, but he did end up avoiding it. He got a ton of... Wait, attacking? Oh wow, okay, that was stylish landing there from Song. He scared me a little bit. But both of them able to enter Hyrule Castle right now. Song actually immediately gets the cutscene. I guess the game just loaded his cutscene early. Now, yeah, Song's game basically loaded the cutscene early, so they might actually end up pretty close again. Because, yeah, actually, Song is still ahead. That was just the game loading, I guess, Hyrule Castle. But he got amazing arrows right there. 20 arrows. These arrows are RNG. Wait, yep. These arrows are RNG. You want to get as many arrows as possible. They are going to be saving here because they need a banana from this crate. Song gets it, Pop doesn't. And that's actually the huge first instance of RNG. This banana has the attack strat attached to it. You need that banana to be able to cook the attack up potion. So Pop has to reload here, hopefully getting the banana on the second try. Song got lucky and got that banana. This is why no amiibo sometimes is a little bit unforgiving for speedrunners, even though it's basically the true version of beating the game since you don't use amiibo. But you don't have to deal with that RNG. Oh my god, well, okay, banana did spawn and he actually got 2. That's gonna allow him to skip another item. He only needs that Molduga fin that Song is picking up right now, and another banana that sits in the castle. Now this castle, it's probably going to be impossible to explain what's actually happening here at the same time. There's so much to this because what they are doing here, this looks like the moblins are kind of like ignoring them. But what they are actually doing is with all of their movements and like whistling and stuff like that, they actually kind of manipulate the moblins into ignoring them. You'll see that on Song's screen right now. He's gonna throw a bomb here, distracting the moblins, and then he's gonna sneak strike that moblin. He's falling to the ground right now, shooting a fire arrow to that pot to be actually able to cook that attack up potion. Does it right here. This attack up potion actually only is valid for 5 minutes, so they need to fight Blights really quickly. And immediately afterwards, Song is actually sneak striking the Moblin again to make him drop his weapon. We need that Stone Smasher weapon to be able to defeat the Blights and Ganon. Now, that's actually super unfortunate for MrPop right there, and that's a really, really good reaction from him. That deserves some credit, because he actually missed the arrow onto the pot, so the Moblin was about to notice him, but he just sneak struck him earlier, and he still made him drop that weapon. So the interesting thing now is these crates that Song is coming up to are also random. You can get varying amounts of arrows from this one. I think I see at least one bomb arrow right there. Bomb arrows are the best arrows you can actually get, really, because they do the most damage to Calamity Ganon later on. So Song has pretty neat arrows. He's looking pretty good to be able to defeat the Blights just fine, because he already got 20 arrows from that first crate. Now, the Lizarphos that Song just headshotted right there is extremely crucial to headshot, because this guy is shooting a bomb arrow along your way. There's like twice the amount of stuff that I'm already trying to explain in this castle. You do so many things at the same time. But the most crucial, or I guess the coolest one, is actually going to come up on Song's screen here shortly. Now, the arrows are not looking too hot for MrPop. It's at least not as good as the arrows that Song got throughout his run. I think he should be fine, at least defeating Calamity, but it's a little bit closer. Now, this launch that Song is doing is also one of the coolest stasis launches in the game. You see them basically jump off that crate as it shoots out of the library, skipping the entirety of the castle, kind of boosting themselves up straight right before the door of Ganon. It's absolutely crazy and cool to see. Now, Song has a good lead here. Unless anything goes really bad in the Blights, he's in a really good position to actually be able to win this one. Because now it's time to fight the Blights, starting off with the Wind Blight. Now, Wind Blight actually is the only Blight that has a little bit of randomness attached to him. Here at the start, I like this position a lot. The closer the Blight is to you at the start, the less likely he is to actually throw a tornado at you here at the second phase. And yeah, Song doesn't get a tornado. If he throws a tornado in here, things get scary. You do not want to take any hits. These first 3 Blights don't one-shot you, because Link has one-shot protection when he has full health. But there's the Thunder Blight and Calamity have many attacks that ignore that and just one-shot you. So one mistake and you will die. And if you die during Ganon, you start at the start of Blights. So you can easily lose literally 6 minutes in this gauntlet of fights. Now, Water Blight is really cool here. You charge up that lance to the second kind of charged attack, being able to kind of destroy him with that lance. Pop now on Wind Blight at the same time, as Song starts off Water Blight. Pop also not getting a tornado here in the first phase of Wind Blight. That's pretty crucial. And Water Blight's second phase on the left screen is actually pretty tricky. There's some cool stuff that these guys are doing, and it actually needs some decent aim to complete fast. So while Pop is cleaning up that wind blight, I'm actually going to try to explain what they are doing. Shoutouts to Chai Kitty here. And also shoutouts to the guy cheering earlier. The 500 bits. But yeah, you want to headshot Water Blight right here. Then attack him 5 times with the boomerang. Throw the boomerang as he kind of goes up to the wall. Now headshot him twice. And then end of this specific blight. With the Stone Smasher. Because we need that Stone Smasher out for the third blight, being Fire Blight. And Fire Blight, in my opinion, is the easiest one. You just start off by spinning to win. And then destroy him with your Royal Guard's sword. And Song gets that just fine. Wait, the sword? I think the sword didn't break. That's weird. Usually that sword breaks. Maybe it did, and I just didn't catch it. As Pop is doing the Water Blight phase 2 right now. Second phase of Fire Blight is probably the easiest, technically. You still want to be at a pretty optimal position to get the 1 cycle here. Yeah, his sword didn't break. No, that's his shield. Okay, never mind, forget what I was saying. He basically waited for Thunderblight to suck up his bomb. Oh, his sword actually didn't break. Weird stuff. And then want to make him fall down. Now, Pop could save some time here, because Song just missed that 1 cycle. You can actually 1 cycle Fire Blight after you hit him with the bomb right here. And MrPop might be able to avoid that in the second phase. Wouldn't save too much time, but yeah. Okay, Thunderblight. Thunderblight is extremely scary. Thunderblight, if you mess up anything, will one-shot you. You can dodge his attacks, but if you don't, you die. And if you die, you start at the very beginning. But Song gets the very first phase here. This guy is so scary, trust me. If you get to him in a run, he will scare you, because if you know, if he was one of these hits, he will charge in. And if you guys have seen Thunderblight casually, he like charges in like a second. The second phase is awesome, really cool stuff. Song is gonna wait until the Thunderblight raises down these metal pillars. It's gonna headshot him, pick up the boomerang again, attack him 4 times, and then actually switch to the sword. And this is looking like a very clean blight here from Song. The only mistake that he made is he didn't actually end up getting that 1 cycle on Fire Blight, still keeping his lead into Calamity, who is extremely scary. Calamity Ganon is probably the most dangerous part of the run, because if you miss anything here, you die. You don't get a second shot. We start this off by doing a parry. Song gets a parry on one of his harder attacks, this little like scissor swing, and gets in the Flurry Rush. And now this is the time where our arrows come in very... We needed to pick up those arrows earlier. Song is going to make his way over to a sword and to 10 bomb arrows as he starts headshotting Calamity right now. Now, Calamity has a little bit of a scripted movement, but he also moves randomly sometimes. When he does his laser attack, like he does right there, you see Song actually standing still. That's a very good strategy, because his movement is extremely predictable. You are able to get some nice headshots in, but now he's moving pretty close, pretty dangerous stuff here. But Song is playing this very well so far. And he's also saving the bomb arrows that he has right now, because right now Calamity is going to the wall. And if Calamity is at the wall, he is as dangerous as he could be. He gets like 8 different attacks that can all kill you pretty much instantly. So you need to get him off the wall. And you can get him off the wall by doing a easy shot with a bomb, or a... two shots with a bomb arrow, or 1 headshot with a bomb arrow. That will get him off the wall. I really like Song's Calamity so far. That was extremely quick, got a lot of headshots, and he's in phase 2 right now. And this phase starts by doing a laser parry. If you miss this laser parry, you die. And you start at the start of Blight, so you need to get this laser parry. Song hopefully being able to nail this one, and he does. This parry starts off a stun lock. Song is gonna hit him 3 times right here, and is then gonna start by doing a charged up kind of attack. In a specific timing, you can actually have him stun locked until he dies. Pop actually got a wall attack there from Calamity, didn't get him off the wall quick enough, but he's still doing fine for himself. Still in that fight, getting headshots in. We see Song at the same time performing that stun lock, making this phase look easy. This is still very specific timing, and you can miss this up. Trust me, I died there yesterday in my run. making use of these double hits that you actually get when Link is turned around as he starts fighting against pretty much any enemy. Alright, very nice stuff here by Song. Gets the hit to land, the sword is breaking optimally, he basically timed that throughout the entire run. And even though I don't want to say it quite yet, this last Dark Beast phase is relatively lenient, you can miss some shots, but this is looking very good for Song. He might have just taken the race here. Let's also watch Pop though, because he is at that second phase, trying to get that laser parry, and he actually misses it, but he misses his blade, so he didn't die, but his shield was breaking. He misses another one. Wait, he still has a shield? Okay, he does. Okay, well, this is awkward now. Calamity is going to the wall, and Pop doesn't really have a way of getting him down there, so he needs to play very well right now. This is super scary, and he gets hit. Super unfortunate. Super unfortunate. This is what I was about to tell you. Like, if Calamity is at the wall, he does like 8 different attacks, and if you get hit by 1, you die. And there's like no safety. You start off at Blights. You don't start off at Calamity. This is why finishing a run of this game is extremely hard, but while Pop tries to get his revenge here, let's also see those amazing run by both of them. Let's also see this last phase of Dark Beast again. This is pretty much, this is not really a cutscene because you have to aim quickly, but once you know what you're doing, you will be pretty safe. There's a pretty low chance of taking damage in this fight. You will get one shot by Dark Beast, but if you know what you're doing, this guy is pretty slow, and there's a very low chance of actually getting hit. But yeah, this game is awesome. I definitely highly appreciate everybody to check this out, join the Discord and stuff. Especially follow both of these runners. These guys are amazing. As Song is finishing up Dark Beast right here. This looks very hard to learn, but once you figure it out, you will get it down. Oh, Pop actually got a tornado there in Windblade. I was explaining earlier how that can be unfortunate, but he reacted to it well. Song now about to close out Dark Beast. There's one more shot to do at his belly. Then timing ends once that last arrow hits Calamity's face, which is where the last weak spot is exposed. Yeah, you could say it's a cutscene boss, but at the same time you can miss shots, so it's not like you can't lose time here. Definitely a relatively easy part now. Song is flying up here, waiting for that next Zelda text box to appear, and this is when he is gonna have a chance to shoot Dark Beast in the face, saving Hyrule, and so he does, finishing this one, not ending his timer, just a little bit late here with a 31-26. Amazing stuff. Very solid run from Song. Only really missing that BTB in Plateau. Got really good arrows as well. Shoutouts to him for winning this one, but let's cheer on Pop as he's hopefully able to defeat the Blights this time. Also shoutouts to Chuck here for cheering on us. Once again, this is our little fundraiser stream. If you guys want to support us commentators and the runners and racers for pay, make sure to hit us up with a little bit of a cheer or a donation if you can. That would be highly appreciated. Pace will be amazing, obviously starting next week. Gonna be commentating the Super Mario Odyssey side of things right there. But as Song watches this final cutscene, let's look at Mr. Pop's Blights fights again. Now in phase 1 of Fire Blight. Defeats that without a problem. But yeah, definitely 31-26, a very, very solid time here for a no amiibo run. This is around a little bit more than a minute of his PB, but he obviously did miss that strategy in Plateau. What an amazing race though. Like, these two guys continuously going back and forth in Plateau was just awesome to see, and them being so close throughout the entirety of the castle. Calamity obviously being a douche. Calamity likes being a douche, trust me. I've been trying to run this game, Calamity kills me so much. He's super unforgiving. If you make one mistake, you will die. Also pretty cool to show this of how hard this actually is, because Pop really played very well throughout Calamity, but if you do make that one mistake, you can end up taking a ginormous time loss, obviously. Alright, Good stuff here from Pop, having to headshot him one additional time to actually get that last swing in, but he should be set to get another shot at Calamity here. So let's cheer him on as he gets there. Obviously, once again, waiting for Thunderblade to start his metal pillar attack. Hitting him with the boomerang, getting the headshot. Oh, he missed the first attack. Okay, I think he's fine. Yeah, he's definitely fine. He's gonna get those extras. It's important that he breaks Thunderblade's shield right there, gets him down very quick. That was a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. But he defeats Thunderblade just fine. Missed that first hit, so the shield didn't break instantly. But it's Calamity time again. And I'm actually not gonna sure how this is gonna play out, because his boomerang is probably a little bit more damage than it usually is. Okay, he's still fine. He got that hit in right at the end. And it's Calamity time. Oh, his arrows are actually really low. I didn't realize that he had... Okay, he has 15 shock arrows. I was about to say his arrows look pretty low, but 15 shock arrows is a nice amount to be able to chop down his health. Very nice headshots here at the start. That's actually really good. He hasn't... I don't think he's missed a headshot yet. He's getting some massive damage in there. He hasn't even used his bomb arrows yet. Gets another parry in here. This is crucial. This timing is very hard, especially from that swing from up top. Now Ganon is going to the wall, but he hasn't gotten his bomb arrows yet. He needs to be fast right now. This is a little bit scary again. You need those bomb arrows to actually get him off. Okay, he's going for a very unfortunate attack. Oh my god, he dodged that. Jesus, dude. If he got hit by that one, he would have died. That was extremely close. That is another attack that will one-shot you. Ganon on the wall is no joke. He will kill you. He's on the wall again, but he does have the bomb arrows right now. Gets him down just fine, and all he needs to get his health bar to is the spot right about where the L is, and he does defeat him on phase 1. Alright, it's laser parry time again. Hopefully getting it this time. You can actually dodge an attack here and then run away very far from Ganon to force him into doing a laser. You want him to do that laser to start off the stun lock. And he does right now. This is going to be the crucial timing. And Song gets the parry. Now 3 hits onto his head, jump to the side, and start off the stun lock. As long as Song is going to be able to get the stun lock just fine here, he should have it. Phase 1 acquired, starting off the second. And he actually throws in a little bit of an extra hit, because you want to wait until your stamina is kind of at that 75 percentage point, but he throws in this one single hit to kind of optimize that even further. Oh, he actually missed that last one. I was about to say that looked a little bit early. Oh no, this is gonna be pretty scary. He dodges that, that's crucial. I'm not sure how his bomb arrows are looking like though. Please, Calamity, do not go to the wall. He doesn't, that's crucial. He gets another parry. I think he should be fine. Are you kidding me? Calamity, come on, he's like at 1 HP, please don't go to the wall. And he doesn't. As long as he gets this parry, he should be good, and he does it the very last second. Makes it as close as possible. Gets the parry in, defeats Ganon phase 2 even after missing the stun lock. Is basically gonna be through as long as he gets those shots, and he should. Good stuff by Pop, showing that he can still beat the game after Ganon being a huge douche. And huge shout out to Chuck again for highly supporting us here with the PogChamp bits. Amazing stuff. That was crucial, dude. Very big shoutouts for Pop for being a madman in this fight. Like him casually just dodging this one-shotting attack and then clutching out Calamity at the very end there. That deserves some credit for sure. I can briefly explain what's actually happening in that Dark Beast fight right here, since we do have all eyes on Pop right now. Essentially what you're doing is just you position right here, wait for a specific audio cue. This will be when Calamity starts turning. Then you just run to the right side and get those shots in. And that's pretty much all about aiming. But yeah, this is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Any Percent. An amazingly changed run. Doesn't look at all how it used to look like. And both of these guys showing off pretty much all of the major tricks very nicely. Pop got to show off the bombs BTB. Song obviously had a flawless fight. So great stuff. So I can just highly really tell you guys that even though this looks incredibly hard, and it's definitely a lot to learn at first, this is an accessible category. You can run this on Switch, you can run this on Wii U, and whatever you want, really. You will lose some time on Switch, but that's totally fine. I personally run on Switch. We have other high-level Switch runners. Make sure to join the Discord, and especially follow both of these guys. Like, this game might not be as approachable as other speed games in terms of resources, but I personally have learned about 50% out of everything I know from Song and MrPop himself. Like, just coming to these guys' stream, and like, you can just ask them all questions you want about the game, about specific parts, like if you want to learn this yourself. So make sure to drop these guys a Twitch follow for sure. They are very active streaming. Song obviously going to be running this at GDQ. So when everybody is popping off at GDQ, you can say, I watched him first. I watched him win his race. As MrPop is right now disrespecting Dark Beast. Interesting aiming right there, dude. Getting his last shot in onto the belly, and is now going to position himself to end this. This is going to be close, but this should still be a 3x. He should still get that sub 40 here. Call Peter immediately, though, sacrificing that horse. What can I say? Gonna do it for the fans. But there should still barely be a 39, which used to be this epic time first, and he got it while dying to Ganon. That's just how much this run has changed. And good stuff by Pop, finishing here after an unfortunate death, obviously during Calamity, but still, for dying, which I literally said, you guys, this loses 6 minutes. It will. That was still very, very solid. And he definitely put on a show with his phase 2 Calamity. That was some awesome stuff. GG's. Hyrule is saved twice. All right, and I'm actually at least gonna get the chance to interview Pop real quick on his performance right here. We're gonna keep that short. There's a little bit more to have today on his on our little fundraiser stream. So make sure to definitely stay tuned. Not only am I gonna have the chance to talk to Pop here real quick, and then afterwards, we're actually going to have a little bit more of a surprise for you guys to show on stream here. So you should definitely stay tuned. And I do have Pop, MrPop1 joining me here on that interview. Good stuff, Pop, showing off the Calamity strats there on phase 2. Was pretty awesome. Honestly, that second attempt was actually crazy. Like, you dodged that wind shot attack. I was actually getting a heart attack. But yeah, let me know how did this feel. What went wrong? I mean, I had to explain literally the entire game during the run. But I want to hear from your perspective what you thought went well and what maybe not so much.
Yeah, I got pretty excited there towards the end when I got first try laser, because that's kind of RNG and it's pretty fast. But unfortunately, I missed both of those. But I grabbed an extra shield in Castle. It loses like 5 seconds, but I'm really glad I did. And then I just ended up parrying off the wall a little bit too early there towards the end, and it lost me like 6-7 minutes, unfortunately. But still got a sub 40, which is pretty cool for a race.
Yeah, for sure. And that second phase again, was hype in chat for sure. I felt like you got robbed though. This 1 pixel of health on that flurry rush felt bad, but well, you got through, and that was pretty amazing. You also got the bomb BTB song. Had a little bit of issues there, but obviously getting an amazing time song. Let me get to you if you're here. I think he joined. Getting a 31:26, which is obviously quite the respectable time. He is muted right now. I'm not sure if you realize.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Song. GG's, dude.
Thank you. It was a really close race overall. So, but yeah, bombs can be a pretty unforgiving split.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw right there the Bokobin's not really cooperating. I was actually a little bit scared about your shield's health, but I think you probably have a little bit of a better gauge right there because the Bokobins were like continuously throwing rocks and stuff. So I wasn't sure if it was actually gonna hold, but you got that fine. But actually,
Yeah, I barely know.
let me ask you, like 31:26, I think is pretty awesome, and I'm assuming that's probably a time you would be also happy with, and like a marathon, I'd say, right?
Very happy. Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's 5 seconds better than my PV. So
Yeah, so he definitely pulled through right there.
No, like anything below 32 is something I will be really, really happy with.
yeah, that's an
race.
incredible race time.
And actually, the one thing that I couldn't really explain, I was pretty happy with being able to explain stuff, but one thing that I wasn't sure, maybe you can clear me up on this. It seemed like you got like a ton of loads going close to high roll. I was already scared that you might have soft locked, but you didn't.
I thought I soft locked.
Yeah. But it seemed like when you landed, you like instantly got the cutscene, and Pop didn't for a while, so you ended up still ahead. I'm not sure if you guys know like how this works or what happens there.
Well, it's pretty much what you just said. If there's tons of loads on the way to Hyrule Castle, the cutscene will happen immediately. I don't think it's inherently faster or slower, mainly because you get a ton of loads right before the cutscene, right? If you don't get the cutscene right away, you tend to get less loads, and while the cutscene takes a while to start, it is faster. Like the later the cutscene starts, the faster it is. So in the end, it's pretty much the same if you get the cutscene right away or later.
Interesting stuff. All right, this was awesome. Had to basically talk for 39 minutes straight because this game is pretty in depth, but I had a lot of fun doing it. And thank you guys so much for showing off all of the strats that not everybody can just perform in like a random race. So that was awesome. I think everybody really enjoyed it. And guys, make sure if you want to see more of those, these guys are almost doing attempts every single day. Obviously, you see a lot of attempts from Pop. Song is also doing a bunch of no resets personally, preparing himself for that marathon coming up in summer. So definitely make sure to check out their Twitch channels. They are extremely active and they are amazing runners and obviously already always really able to answer your guys' questions. But yeah, Song, Pop, thank you so much for racing. This was awesome, and thank you for joining for a little interview as well.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys.
All right, guys. And with that, we do have a little bit of a little surprise right there prepared by our boy, D whatever. We are going to be watching a specific video now leading up to Pace together here on stream. So grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and enjoy as we start this up.
There's one more backup.
Attention, everybody.
Yeah.
It's
And
Pace
this is where the
playoffs
sweat
time.
starts
Pace
trickling in.
playoffs.
Pace merch today, boys. It's still gonna go for double pillarless, but we've seen players when they run out of backups just drop it and get one pillarless and get out. And another explosion! There's shrapnel in this man's face. Somebody call the ambulance. We need a trained tactician, surgeon, surgery immediately. Get it out. Bleeding. Toast Rider coming down.
I'm not actually sure why that happens, to be honest. I think it's if you try to like jump too soon before you turn. She's going around. Okay, got it.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, this is a lot of time for Toast Rider. The man is in lethal lava land, moving right along. Can't see a thing. Eyes still adjusting.
Appear to be where it always is. Gotta fumble around the wall for a few seconds.
Oh, the teleportation.
And look at this.
Wait a minute.
Essentially tied. She's
Wait,
somehow
what?
taking the lead.
Did you just see that? No, didn't Cheese just spawn the Toad Star and long jump into HMC and he didn't grab the star? Or did I miss that?
Wait, what? No, I don't know. I was too busy looking at Toast. Wow, look at this. Sync.
Wow, and commentators syncing up as well. I mean, he had a lead going in, but Toast Rider, masterful of adapting. Got to be ready for the battle.
This is crazy.
Synced up exactly. Yeah, super fast.
But then, thing.
This is not looking good, folks.
Not what you want.
Toast Rider, a little bit of a meltdown, trying to get the triple jump wall kick. Cheese continuing to fly through 100.
Yeah, really good 100 from Cheese. Excellent first race. Couldn't have asked for much more. It pretty much had everything. Gonna be hard to top it, honestly.
It had the ups, it had the downs, it had the meltdowns. Neck and neck.
As always, just neither player has really built a huge lead in either of the races. Keeping it as close as they can.
Glitchy wall kick. Very precise. Glitchy wall.
Good.
Can save some good time over Cheese. He has the wall kick.
And he
No
missed
bounce!
out, and he
Slips
falls.
down!
That is the
Cheese.
worst possible scenario. He's also missing it.
Still, he's scary, especially on the part that Econ is about to get to, going for the very fast chess clip, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it also depends on which chess clip you go for here. There are actually different ones that could be a bit more optimal than the others, and oh, Curbs is gonna be failing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, Econ's pace right now is very strong. Yeah,
Absolutely.
okay, yeah, absolutely
Okay.
strong.
That death
very,
is not
very
gonna
strong.
help,
Very strong pace for Econ right there.
In some ways,
Oh,
just
that's not gonna
saved
work.
themselves, and yeah, that turn gonna have to reset up for that turnip clip right now.
Once
Ooh,
again.
this turnip.
Oh no, this time he actually kills him. That's a pretty big time loss.
Yeah, that's
Curbs just came in a lot closer.
very sizable.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be Curbs in the lead right now. Econ is grabbing this extra moon over. Oh wait, it's actually super close. Wait,
Yeah,
they're synced. Nah, that's
yeah.
actually the same frame. It's over.
Okay.
I guess the fancy movement didn't matter there, Econ.
Yeah, we are going through Ghostbusters with how like this is a see-through. We can see right through this thing. And
Well, that's gonna be some time loss. That's actually the second time this happened as well. Once again, this is a fake sync because Econ has an extra moon. They are not actually at the exact same pace.
Curbs is going to be doing his movement towards Crate just before Equan, so we'll see if this is able to even out or not. This is okay. What are we looking at?
Took a little bit of time to actually break the crates, but it's coming out of the pipe a little bit earlier. Now Econ is gonna make those lines a little bit tighter and is actually
Oh
getting
my
to this section
God.
just a tiny bit earlier. Curbs getting attacked by the bird. But yeah, Econ actually still ahead there just a little bit, and this groove off of the Pokio attacking him. Right, this last pillar is also still interesting. Econ getting the shots in. I think he might have missed one at the very start. Gets the pillar plant. Oh, he doesn't actually! What?
Oh
the
my
pillars
God,
are falling
he
at the same. Oh no, not again.
Oh no, don't do this to me!
Not again. What?
Oh, is Curbs actually gonna win that based on that missed
I think he might
fireball
have.
here?
I think he might have.
I don't know. We might
Yep.
have to go on a
Nope.
this
Nope.
frame count.
I mean, we will need to go on a retime regardless, but
Oh my. Yeah, this is gonna need a frame count to see have to go into the deciders.
huh.
I have to say right now that Iguan playing very consistently today, and as I say that, bonking right there is gonna have to reset. Yeah, did not go far enough away. This is looking very painful. I don't know how he's gonna find the distance. Okay.
One shot hit, but it did land. He missed one though. Second pillar looking quite nice. Oh, he's missing the claw. This is so unfortunate. This pillar was actually not the way he wanted it to.
Whether or not this gets somehow the race world record that this is
That's
gonna
free.
be, like.
The race record is free, but he's coming in at the final cube right here, slicing it up. And I cannot quite tell yet what this is going to be. Cube is going to break right about now. He's going to have to capture this, and this is close. This is close. He might have just barely missed it. He might have just barely missed the record, but this
I
at
can't.
least pretty much guaranteed a sub-hour. Oh,
Okay.
59-77 Curbs
Oh.
with the third sub-hour in the world, slightly missing the record. Amazing stuff. So that pillar room slightly killed it.
Still getting a sub-hour. That is first sub-hour for Curb, so.
It's too good.
What pace is Pun on? Pun is definitely still on 47 pace.
Oh my! What is Punk? Oh, Punky, thank God with the save. Is gonna take a backup here. Almost. What is happening?
Oh, the ball!
Oh, he takes a death! Oh my goodness! Absolutely brutal.
48,
28.
48, 44, 48, 52, 48, 40. Oh, if you would have waited just half a second, a 48, 48. But GG's. 4 48-minute times in a row.
However, you can also make the cycle without manipulating the camera, and it's
Falling on forks.
taking
Can he
a
save himself?
bug,
Can he save
falling on
himself?
forks.
Can he save himself?
It's like,
Can he-
oh no, no. As Curbs
Wow.
also missed the camera manipulation, that is looking like a lead change. Oh,
This
it's
is
so
a
close.
spring perfect.
It's so
She
close.
got some sync. She
No
said, "Oh no,
way.
I'm taking the ball." F1 just needs to get up. He just needs to get up. He doesn't need to get the extra moon because he already got it.
Oh my god. Oh my
He's
goodness.
saving time on that. Okay, Kenny, just get up. All we need is you get up, F1. Thank you.
It is so close. Okay, that is why you can never ever ever say a race is over, because even this late in the game, stuff like that can happen. Look now, Ekwan struggling on this.
Go back. No. Oh no. What is he doing? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Did he get it? No, he actually missed
no,
it
not getting it first try.
That's gonna be able. Ekwan might be able to make up some time here as well, and he does. Oh my goodness.
I'm hoping that Lil Curbs, the sub-hour man himself, can pull it together here and really pull out an amazing. And I say this, Ekwan not getting up, switching to the bird. You don't want to get the bird here.
And the lead has changed.
Game over.
The lead has changed
like
once again.
Let's give it up for Lil Curbs here. GG's for this amazing race here. It went back and forth so many times. This was really amazing.
That was an exciting, very exciting race.
Yeah.
You fall in that poison lava there, and then it's over.
Oh no! Yeah, he just messed up the angle there. It was like really like drunk. It looked like it was just weird. He just messed up his and Ekwan failing cage triple as well. What is going on right now? Who's ahead?
Right.
No one knows. What the heck?
I think Ekwan is. Oh my God!
They're synced, boys.
This is synced. GSA synced.
They're synced. What is going on? This is insane. Okay, well, sub-hour is dead, guys, for Curbs in this run, but it's okay. We got a fantastic race right now.
Ekwan playing smart.
No. What?
Oh my God! No, Ekwan, what are you doing? I'm just gonna get a dash. Oh my God, it's over. He paused. No. Oh my God, I see it coming on in
I
chat
saw
now.
that coming, dude.
2 whole additional stars ahead.
Definitely. It's really weird angles on these wall kicks. Same kind of the same mistake as Cheese. What? No! Oh my god!
I don't think I've seen that Thwomp smash warp. I'm sure that's a known
that's
thing,
the first
but...
time I've seen that.
I mean, if Cheese takes another death like that, that could certainly be it. As
okay, Toaster is really confused right now because what's that backup? Oh my god!
How?
Genius!
5,000 IQ Galaxy Brain right here. What even?
First he was so confused because he didn't know what star he was missing, and she's falling down again at the same time. Oh my god!
Oh boy! Oh, and Toast taking a bonk. They're giving Cheese a little bit of extra time, but Cheese only gonna be making it.
Complete meltdown, dude.
Oh, Toast! No. Take the time jumps. The bars are moving right now. You're not used to this. Okay.
I guess so. Cappy might be gone. They're avoiding this one, so he gets this the cage trip. He was actually gonna bonk and is getting hit by Digital Beetle, even dying at the very end, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make in Lost.
Not gonna be able to open up this cage, and he's gonna use. Oh no!
That hurts a lot. Flying to the next kingdom.
Yeah,
there's a lot of these cutscenes that kind of fool you, but so far. Oh, I was about to. Oh no, that's the worst case.
Oh no!
I don't.
Sweet is going to be losing just major time. That is insane damage. I certainly think best case scenario she is experiencing some form of Stockholm syndrome. Definitely sympathy. No, Sweet Saga again, just taking the death. That's what you have to do at that point. Oh man. Going ahead and taking the rage capture as well.
He saved and quit, thinking, I'm just gonna do this. So only taking a bonk, but so that he could just move on upstairs. But I don't know why. I don't know. It's going into SSL. What is happening?
Oh my god!
And he's gonna just take a death. This is insane.
It's your boy, Big Simp. Let me go ahead and give you a little rundown of who made it in top 4 and how. Celeste, any percent to start. We've of course got TGH, Flad, Masushi, and Chai Kitty, which will be commentated by Electric and FC Racers. The Celeste matches were mostly one-sided. Only Masushi versus Malay was quite close, with them finishing almost all races within 10 to 30 seconds, but overall Masushi had the lead throughout all the matches, and of course, still bopping Malay with a 4-0. Definitely worth mentioning that TGH got 28s in all of his playoffs matches, and Flad almost got 4 as well, which so looking like it's going to be a pretty tight top 4 matches at pace. Everybody grinding very hard. Prize pool quite large on the line. That's what's going on with Celeste. Super Mario 64 time. We've got Punkation, D Whatever, Cheese, and Ouija doing their 70-star thing, which will be commentated by Thero and yours truly. Again, a lot of 4-0s except Ouija and Vyro. They could only do one playoff match, which Ouija took 2-0. Unfortunately, Vyro got sick and forfeited the second playoff match. As you saw, Punke got a 48 in all of his playoff matches, which is kind of insane. Very consistent, looking really good going into pace. D Whatever finished with all low 49s, which also not too shabby. Cheese and Ouija did show some more inconsistency in their matches. Cheese was going from a high 48 as his best to a high 50 at his worst. And Ouija finished his 2 runs with a mid 49 and a low 50. So it's going to be very exciting to see how it all plays out at pace. You know, completely different environment, going to be in person. The pressure is going to be on. Who's going to crack? Anywho, Super Mario Odyssey. We've got Nicrovita, Lil Curves 14, Stravos96, and Chaos Pringle. And commentating, we will have Limcube and Dangers. Excellent, excellent combo, I just got to say. Now, Odyssey was probably the craziest of the 3 games going to pace in terms of the playoffs. Nicro and Chaos going strong with their 4-0s against their opponents. But Lil Curbs came in with sauce, got a sub-1 in a race, the best time in the entire league, and now the race world record. Stravos, on the other hand, had a little more trouble beating his opponent. The only game that went to set 3 in the playoffs was Stravos and Susaiga, but in the end, Stravos took it home, making his way into that position, locked in for pace. And there you go. That's basically what went down. All our top 4 contenders at pace. It's very soon. It's going to be tight. It's going to be bopping. But beyond the competitive speedrunning aspect, we still want to keep it feeling like a marathon because, I mean, we will be running 24-hour. Plenty of hype showcase runs are going to be making their way into pace as well. And if you don't know what to expect, don't worry because we've got a showcase trailer to show you right now, baby. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy and see you at pace. Peace.
To do things. Oh my god.
I'm dead. No way! Wow, that is. Oh, I love that.
Area.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Alright, that's fine.
I thought I failed. I have one cycle there. I have never one cycled him before in my entire life.
Actually, I can just get Zubat to cross. That's better anyway. No, I don't want you. I changed.
Sub 4.
Cool.